using inequalities and equations. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this equation just like I did with the algebra tile. Okay, same exact problem. X minus 3 equals 2. My first step is to kind of establish that we have an equal sign here. So we have two separate sides of our equation. X minus 3. I'm going to isolate my x. I need to get rid of negative 3. The additive inverse of negative 3 is positive 3. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3 to both sides. Negative 3 and positive 3 are zero pairs, so I'm left with x equals 5. Can you hold that for another 5 minutes for me? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and graph that now. I want to represent x equals 5 on my number line. The way I do that, go ahead and say I've got 0 here. You can put 5 notches, or you could just say, here's 5. I'm going to make a circle. Color it in.
For how long?
And not any full sign.
5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes and counting.
I don't need to go in any direction because this isn't saying x is greater than or less than. It's just saying x equals 5. Let's go back and look at our steps. Draw a line down the inequality or equality sign. Isolate the variable using the additive inverse. Check our solution and graph. Ooh, we didn't check our solution. Let's check it. So I'm going to rewrite my problem, but substitute 5 in for x minus 3 equals 2. And 5 minus 3 says equals 2, so that's checked. Alright, why don't you get your whiteboards out and go ahead and write down this problem. And I only want to see the problem written down, and I want you to draw a line down to the equality sign. Okay, so I should see everybody's whiteboard should look like this. Correct? So your next step is I want you to isolate the variable using the additive inverse. Please do that now. Okay, so most of you did a fantastic job. You added 20 to each side. Negative 20 and positive 20 are additive inverses. They create a zero pair, so we're left with n equals 25. Go ahead and represent n equals 25 on a number line for me. Okay, so those look great. N is equal to, that's all you really need, right? You could put a 0 here and a 50 here if you wanted to. It's kind of half a 50. All right, any questions so far? Good. Pencils down. Solve each equation. Check your solution. This is not an equation, though. This is an inequality. So I'm going to draw a line down the inequality sign. I'm going to isolate my variable. I have a negative 4 on the other side of my equation, on this side of the inequality. So I need the additive inverse. The additive inverse is positive 4. I hear too much chatter behind me. Okay, I'm trying to figure out who they are. So negative 4 and positive 4, that's a zero pair. And I'm left with z is less than negative, I've got negative 7 and positive 4. Different signs. Different signs means I have to figure out who's bigger. I have more negatives than positives. So my answer is going to be a negative. 7 negatives and 4 positives, 3 negatives remain. Now I'm going to go ahead and check it. So I have negative 4 plus z. Well, z is supposed to be less than negative 3, so let's put in negative 3. Should be negative 7. Negative 4 and negative 3 together make negative 7. Is negative 7 less than negative 7? It's not, right? But when I went here and said z is less than negative 3, I can't put negative 3 in here because it does not than negative 3? So don't we have to come up with a number that's less than negative 3? Is negative 2 less than negative 3? Negative 4, right? If this is 0, 1, 2, 3, this is negative 3, a smaller number would be negative 4. So let's put a negative 4 in here and see if it works. Let's see if our check works. Negative 4 and negative 4 make negative 8. Is negative 8 less than negative 7? Yes. So our check is correct. I'm going to go ahead and use an open circle because I'm not including, right? So less than, an open circle, and I'm going to go in the negative direction. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions on this right now? Okay. Okay, so let's use whiteboard for this one. Go ahead and write down your inequality. And your first step is to draw a line down the inequality sign. So let's go ahead and do the second step this time, which is isolate the variable using the additive inverse. Let me see that on your whiteboard, please. All right, so everybody should have, I'm trying to isolate y. So I'm going to use the additive inverse for 11, negative 11, which is positive 11. This becomes a 0 pair, and I'm left with y is greater than or equal to, same sign means my answer is in the same sign, y is greater than or equal to 14. Go ahead and graph that on a number line for me, please. Okay, so you guys are doing a fantastic job. Fantastic. So you should have labeled somehow, if this is 0 and this is 14, I needed a closed circle, and I need to go up and to the right, to the greater or direction, the positive direction. Questions on this one? See how this, when you're using pencil, works a lot better than keeping it straight on that line? I can see for sure which direction it's going in, right? Okay, so make sure you do that on your homework as well. All right, last one. Solve each equation, check your solution, and a graph. All right, so my first step up there was to draw my line. My second step, and be quiet, please. My second step is to isolate my variable. So I'm going to isolate, thank you, isolate my j. J has negative 25 added to it. If I want to isolate j, I'm going to take the additive inverse of negative 25. And I'm going to add 25 to both sides. And for time constraints, I am not going to check this one. All right, so J, no, that's not our bell. That's 2 minutes early. No, wait a second, please. It's very distracting. I'm not moving until you stop. Thank you. 25 and 9 is 34. But the variable is on the wrong side. So I'm going to rewrite this. Please stop moving. No. So if I were to rewrite this, I would rewrite it as J is less than or equal to 34. So J is less than or equal to 34. I did not say to put everything away. Less than or equal to, names filled in, up, and over. Remind me on Monday that you guys need these notes, okay? Have a great weekend.